Have you ever received an inheritance? We're wrapping up with a final word today on Galatians chapter 4 through 5, verse 15. And one of the themes Paul keeps circling on is that we are children of God, not slaves. We are not slaves to God with him as our taskmaster. We are sons and daughters, and he is our father. And he uses language about an inheritance, that there are gifts from God to his children that unlock as we step into our sonship. I wonder, have you ever received an inheritance? I did lately from my grandmother. It was my dad's mother who passed away this year. And because my dad is no longer around, his inheritance, his portion, came to my sister and me. So we have the question, what do we do with this inheritance? And I want to share this with you because it's such a gift to me to think about what my grandparents' estate, what their inheritance is doing for me. This fall, I'll enroll in divinity school at a hybrid program through Duke University. So I'm going for a master's of divinity, and seminary has been a long time coming for me. And given the scholarship the school offered me, when I look at the remainder of the amount, that is how I'll use my grandmother's inheritance, which feels like such a gift to continue her legacy. My grandmother, and before her my grandfather, were deeply faithful. And I didn't know this until I already worked in a Methodist church, but her father was a Methodist minister. And as a child, she would organize church in their home on Friday evenings. They would invite their neighbors, and she would actually preach a sermon based on a text she picked when she was a child. And I didn't know any of this until I had already stepped into my calling to be a pastor. So when I think about my grandmother's inheritance, what her gift does for me, it furthers my development in her calling of faithfulness and my own as well. So I think about that, and then I consider, what is the inheritance I've been given from God? And what do I do with that inheritance? And in the same way I want to honor my grandparents with their inheritance, with how I use that money, I want to do the same thing with God. You know, if God has given me a particular set of gifts, and my family, my children, my life, how do I steward those gifts, that inheritance, in a way that makes him say, yes, this is exactly what I hoped for you? So I'm going to pose the question to you today. You have an inheritance from God. Are you using your inheritance? Are you stewarding your gifts and stewarding your life in a way that makes your heavenly Father say, that's exactly what I had in mind for my son or my daughter? Think about that today. Make some tweaks if you feel convicted, but rest in the knowledge that you are not a slave of God. He is not your taskmaster. He is our heavenly Father. And he longs for a relationship the way a father and a child in a healthy way connect. Have a great day.